He's a wonder in my soul. Hallelujah. Shabbat Shalom again, YouTube, as we're back live and in living color. Hallelujah. This evening. Um, Today we'll be starting on the book of Job, the man who lived in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, one who feared Yah. So we're gonna this is we're gonna be a good book. Let's pray right quick. Pray right quick, do a little talking. We're gonna dive on into it. And we're gonna be able to teach it, go through it, explain it with the help of Yah, um, with the Ruach HaKodesh of Yah, with this Ruach HaKodesh, Holy Spirit, leading, guide us into all truth. As we're gonna be able to teach the word of Yah, is gonna be able to give us with Yah's help, so that we can have strength, so we can gain wisdom, so we can have understanding as we are teaching Yah's word. Hallelujah. So let's go ahead and pray real quick. Almighty, again, we just coming for your precious Yah in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. And we thank you, Almighty, for your mercy. Thank you, Yahuwah, for your loving kindness and for your goodness. Almighty, in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, we just pray, Yah, that you would, as we study your word, that you would give us spirit of wisdom and understanding, Yah, that you would lead and guide us, Yah, to all truth, that you would show us your ways, help us, Yah, to really go through this book, Yah, to be able to discern, to be able to precept, to be able, Yah, to stand on the truth, Yah, and get a better understanding of your word, Yah, that all of us can be different, that none of us would be the same or remain the same, Yah, but that we'll really, have a good understanding of you or why certain things are done, Almighty, where we can continue to keep moving on. Yah, we thank you for being good to us. Thank you for all things in our life, Yah. We know that our trials and tests, our teachers and tutors, we know, Yah, that you take the foolish things of the word and confound the wise. We know that you are with us, Almighty. And thank you, Yahuwah, for being with us. Hallelujah. We just give you the praise and the honor and the esteem in the name of Yahushua. I'm a share God master. We pray. Hallelujah. Praise Yah. Amen. So yeah, we're gonna be we're starting today in the book of Job. And of course, this book has 42 chapters. So we might be in it for a little while, but it won't be bad. It'll be a good book. We've been through a lot of books, with extended chapters. So it ain't hurt nothing to be able to go through these books. Um, 63. We won't be doing it from a religious standpoint. We're gonna be teaching them more so how the Ruach lead us. Um, there's a lot of stuff said about Job that people say, well, he wasn't a real man, this and that. So I'm gonna say it like this right here. I believe everything in the Bible is true. I believe he was a real man. You know, I was praying and thinking the other day, you asked that question, how can somebody say something like that? And we be so gullible to believe what they tell us without no proof. You know, Yah's word is powerful. It's sharper into it. So everything that Yah says in his word is true. I believe that a donkey talked to Balaam as he was going to well going I guess on his way to try to curse the children of Israel. Because see, here it is. We don't believe the book of Job, but yet we believe that Yah raised a man from the dead. Which one is harder? We don't believe that Yahushua walked on water, but we believe that Yah raised from the dead. We don't believe that he could feed 5,000 people, but we believe that Yah raised the dead. Which one is harder? The most impossible thing that I would think to be the hardest of all this is him raising somebody from the dead. Because I've never seen with my own eyes anybody being dead for a number of days and then getting up at the grave. And it's done by faith. So again, I believe that this book is a true book. I believe that it's real. I don't believe that he's a made-up character. I don't care. People try to debate on Job's nationality. He was whether he was an Edomite or this and that. It don't matter. He was a man who feared Yah. He was a man. He was a man that the Most High said was a perfect upright man, one who feared him and shunned evil. So, regardless to his nationality, he was Yah's servant because Yah called him his servant. So, just from that being said, let's go ahead and dive into it. Hallelujah. Job chapter 1, verse 1 says, there was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, one that feared Aluah and eschewed evil. And there was born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep, and 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she-asses, and a very great household. So that this man was the greatest man of all the men in the east. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat it and to drink with them. And it was so when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. And Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed Aluah in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. Now there was a day when the sons of Aluah came to present themselves before Yahuah, and Satan came also among them. And Yahuah said to Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered. Then Satan answered Yahuah and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Yahuah said unto Satan, how hast thou considered my servant Job? Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth for Aluah and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered Yahuah and said, doeth Job fear Aluah for naught? Hast not thou made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he have on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increasing the land. But put forth thy hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And Yahuah said to Satan, behold, all that he have is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of Yahuah, and there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in the eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabaeans fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have been slain. The servants with the edge of the Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I am only escaped alone to tell thee. And while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of Aluah is fallen from heaven, and have burnt up the sheep and the servants and consumed them. And I am only escaped alone to tell thee. And while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away. Yea, and slain the servant with the edge of the sword. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. And while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in the eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground and worshipped, and said, naked came out my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. And Yahuah gave, and Yahuah have taken away. Blessed be the name of Yahuah. And all this Job sinned not, and sinned not nor charged Aluah foolishly. Man, look, that's heavy already, ain't it? Let me say this: how the book is written. I'm gonna try to read each one's part before I start teaching, because you got Eliphaz who talk and other ones who talk, and sometimes it takes maybe a couple of chapters to finish reading what they're saying before Job responds. So for us to have a good understanding, if it takes a couple of chapters, that's what I read to get the good understanding, so we can really know who's talking and what's going on. Okay, praise Yah. So Job, there was a man in the land of Uz. Let me say so. It said that Job was a perfect man. This word perfect does not mean that he was sinless. It means that he was a gentle man. He was undefiled. He was an upright man. He was a just man. He was pious. I mean that he was calm. That he lived right. He sought Yah. Really wanted to be in Yah's will, and really want to and really want to live for Yah. And he is one said that he feared Yah, and he eschewed evil. He feared Yah, and he left evil alone. He would pluck past evil. He would remove evil from himself. He would decline. He would withdraw from it, or be without. That means that when things was going on that shouldn't have been going on, Job wouldn't involve himself. He get out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't want to had no problems with Yah. He didn't want to, like for example, when it came down talking about folks, gone. You know what I'm saying? When it came down not keeping the Shabbat, when it came down to not loving, whatever it was that wasn't right, he out of there. He was also one that had a regard for Yah. You know what I'm saying? He was an intercessor. He prayed, for other people's his children every day. You know what I'm saying? He interceded for his family just to make sure that they ain't did nothing wrong. And if they did, he gonna pray for them anyway. That way, the Most High hear what he got to say and go and forgive. And he was a man of wealth. 7,000 sheep. He had that bread. He was a man of wealth. He had 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she asses in a very great household. But a lot of children. He had 7 sons, 3 daughters. Servants, camels. He had it going on. He was the greatest. He was the greatest man in the East. Everybody in the East, Job was the one. You know what I'm saying? Look here, Job was the one. Everybody in the East, Job had that bread. That means that a lot of folks knew him. Now, one thing about it too, when you look at it, it's like he had been getting scoped out for the Chaldeans to come and get the stuff from him and people to rob him in the field. Now, this is amazing. Let's get to it in a second. It shows that his sons went and feasted in their houses, everyone his day. So everyone had a day that they went ahead. They went and I'm trying to say to you, had a feast, and when they went and feasted, they called their sisters with them. You know what I'm saying? And come on here, let's eat and drink. So all his sisters, all his daughters and sons come together on a day they had that was chosen, and they go to each other's house to eat and drink, have a good time with one another, and, just enjoy themselves. And so Job, and when the days was over, or when the days was gone, Job gonna go. He go and did burnt offerings. He'll go in the morning and do a burnt offering for every last one of them. Now this offering right here is the Olah offering. The Olah offering is an offering that brings shalom. It's a sin and smoke offering, but it brings shalom to Yah. You got 4 different offerings that we would look at. You see the Olah offering, you will see the Mincha offering, you will see the Hata'at offering, and you will see the Shalem, or what they call a Shalem offering. And the Olah was typically the first one that was given, and that brought shalom between man and Yah. And he did this you know, for his children every day to Yah, which means that he wanted to keep the peace with Yah and his family. And you can also see that because it says that he did a burnt offerings of the Olah according to the number of them all. For Job said, "It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed Aluah in their hearts." Thus did Job continually. So you know what I'm saying. If you curse Yah in your heart, that's trouble. And so he didn't know they did not. He was just trying to make sure. So he wanted to keep the peace between him and Yah. That's amazing. He was a man that regarded people, regarded his children, wanted to have shalom with Yah. You know what I'm saying? He was a man that was calm, that was an upright man who withdrew himself from the bad doings of evil. And that's a good man. Now one day, the sons of Yah was going to present themselves to Yah and Satan also. Now, whether y'all like this or not, Satan was the son of Yah. You know what I'm saying? He created him. You know, I see they had Juanita Bynum was on something and she was glorifying Satan. And said she was saying something to allude to get the blessings of Yah, you got to be disobedient. She's a Luciferian, supposed to be a prophetess. But she talking things of this backwards because she trying to make Lucifer look like he was innocent. And then Yah provoke things. She gonna burn straight to hell if she don't repent. Now she ain't said she was. You just tell from her teachings. Well, see, I named their name. We don't supposed to have no mercy on them. Deuteronomy 13. But anyway, and now when Yah and Job was having this conversation, I heard a man one time tell me that Yah made a bet on Job. You know, that's not really what happened. When Yah was talking to Satan, the sons of Yah, they came and presented themselves. Listen to this conversation. They came and presented themselves before Yah. And Yahuah said to Satan, he said, well, when Satan came also with him, and he asked Satan, where you come from? And Satan said, okay, I've been going to and fro in the earth, walking up and down in it. I've been all over the place. And what he said. And then Yah says, well, how do you consider my servant Job? There is none like him in the earth. Ain't a man like him. He's a Tom. He's Tom. You know what I'm saying? He's a Tom. He's just sheer. He's just. He's an upright man. He's one that fears me. He reveres me. And he shuns evil. He a perfect and upright man, one who fears me, he avoids evil. And this what the adversary say, what Satan say. He said, "Does Job fear you for nothing?" He was trying to tell what he was actually saying to y'all was, he got a reason to fear you. You know what I'm saying? He don't fear you for no reason. He got a reason to fear you. He fear you because look at all the stuff you done gave to him. So say actually telling y'all that Job fear you because of the money he got. I fear you too with 7,000 camels. 3,000 sheep. Well, what do you have? You got 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she asses. You know what I'm saying? Then you got a real big old family. You done made him big. He fear you because of what you gave him. He fear you because he got that bread. So this right here is actually what this right here is actually what he's telling y'all. He said, hast thou not made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he have on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increasing the land. You got him locked in. You done gave him stuff. So I tell you what, take it from him. Take his money from him. Take all the things that you give that you've given him. Take all them things that you've given him from him, and I guarantee you he'll leave. So in other words, in 2025 terms, Satan was calling Job a gold digger. Yeah, he only with you because he got that bread. You got a hedge about him. He got a big old family. He looking good on every side. Look here, you done bless his hands. But look here, put forth your hand. That's what he tell y'all. Put forth your hand now and touch all that he have. And he'll curse you to your face. Now, y'all says the same. Well, look here. all that he had was in your power. Then take it from him. You know what I'm saying? Only him. Don't put your hands on. So Satan left. Now Satan was saying that Job was loving Yah because of money. Now man. Think about this right here now. Because look at the many times that some of us, and cried because we was broke, stressed out. Most of our stressing out comes from not having something. Well, I haven't paid my bills. I don't want to lose my car. I don't want to lose my house. Man, I gotta file bankruptcy. I gotta go do something to keep this. And so we get to freaking out, right? So what if we was going through a trial and a test? Would we leave Yah because we don't have it? I learned some a long time ago. You really can't love Yah for money. Because sometimes your money is gonna get funny. You can't love Yah because you got that bread. The prosperity gospel that they would teach Christianity is a false doctrine because they got folks thinking that you can they got folks thinking that you can put your money in an offering pot. You can put your money in an offering basket. You put your money in an offering basket, and once you do that, then guess what? Money cometh. Put your money in an offering basket. Money coming. You better pull that lever. They even got the song. Now what's called pressed down, shaking together, running over. Even though that's talking about judging, but we actually in our mind think that if we give offerings, what I'm saying, and how the way Christians got it, and Christianity, that you're gonna get blessed with more money, especially if you give a lot of money to the pastors. If you give that money to the pastors and buy that pastor a new Cadillac, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, get them a new house and pay all this stuff off, that y'all gonna bless you back. That's not the truth. And guess what? It's even in that. That's what Satan was telling Yah that Job loved him for. So yeah, y'all was saying, well, that ain't why he loved me. He loved me anyway. It's look here again. It said how Job was. It said there was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. This man was upright. He was perfect and upright. He was one that loved Yah. He feared Yah. That's what Job did, and he avoided evil. And he cared about his kids so much that he went and did sacrifices. Now look here, because he was one that feared Yah. Yah blessed him, but Yah didn't bless him because a little deal with Job, you know what I'm saying, feeding for money. Yah blessed Job because Job loved Yah for Yah. And then he also blessed him with his kids because Job cared about his children. That's why Job really loved Yah, because he just wanted to be in a relationship with him. He just wanted to be his friend. But you know how it is. So it wasn't no bet, you know what I'm saying, necessarily on Job. It was more so a trial of his faith. It was more so to show the adversary something himself. You know, let's keep on going because that's heavy. All of a sudden, one day, man, Job was sitting up there chilling, and then that came a message to Job after his children and stuff was having a party. Message came to him and said, "Man, we was out there, man, plowed, and the ass feet and the ass was feet beside him, and the Sabines fell upon him, took away and killed everybody out there in the field except me. I'm the only one alone to escape and tell you the story." And while Job heard him, he was saying, another man came and said, "Look here, man, fire came down from heaven. You know what I'm saying? It burned everything up. It burnt the sheep up. It killed the servants. It took everything. I'm the only one that got away. I'm the only one left alone to come tell you the story. I'm the only one left." Then before he got finished speaking, all of a sudden, you got a whole nother man come and say, "Hey, we was at your oldest brother's house." Or the Chaldeans came and they took your camels and they killed everybody except me. And while he was talking, another service came and said, "Man, we was at we were all at your oldest son's house having a good time. all of a sudden a great wind came and blew the walls down and killed everybody in the house. I'm the only one left alone to come tell you the story. And out of all that, even though it was tough and it was rough, it was bad news, Job, instead of him complaining, instead of him giving in and stopping, he fell on the ground and began to worship Yah. And through his hurt and his struggle, he accepted Yah's will, said, you know what, man, I came out of my mama's womb naked. And when I go back, I'm going the same way I came out naked. You come out your mama going back into Mother Earth, naked. You said, Yah gave it to me. He can take it away from me. Blessed be the name of Yah. And all this Job seeing not, nor did he accuse Yah. He didn't charge Yah foolishly. He didn't break Yah's Torah. He just worshiped and praised Yah. That's heavy. And again, there was a day when the sons of Aluah came to present themselves before Yahuah. And Satan came also among them to present himself before Yahuah. Because Satan was proved wrong for that, huh? That's not why Job loved Yah. And Yahuah said to Satan, from which comest thou? And Satan answered Yahuah and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Yahuah said to Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Aluah and escheweth evil? And still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him to destroy him. How you consider him now? He still holds fast his integrity. He still has a good behavior. He still has a good behavior. He's still innocent. Tamuna, he's still living for me, although you said that he only loved me, that he only loves me for what he had. You moved me against to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered Yahuah and said, skin for skin, because he ain't sick. Skin for skin. All that a man have, he would give for his life. But put forth thy hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he would curse thee to thy face. And Yahuah said to Satan, behold, he's in thine hand, but save his life. So Satan went from the presence of Yahuah and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. And he took a potsherd and scratched himself with all, and he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, goodness gracious, doest thou still retain thine integrity? You still gonna be innocent. You still gonna do this. Curse Aluah and die. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Aluah? And shall we not receive evil? And all this Job did not sin with his lips. Now when Job's three friends heard of all this evil that was come upon him, they came everyone from his own place. Eliphaz the Timnite, Bildad the Shuhite, Zophar the Namathite, for they had made an appointment together to come mourn with him and to comfort him. And when they lifted up their eyes afar off and knew him not, they lifted up their voices and wept. And they read everyone his mantle and speak of dust upon their heads toward heaven. So they sat down with him on the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and none spoke a word unto him. For they saw that his grief was very great. Look at, they sat down 7 days and didn't say hi to him yet. They saw him start crying and put ashes on their head. That's goodness gracious, y'all. That says a lot. They can't. They saw Job, sat down and put ashes on their head. In 7 days, they sat with him and didn't say not one word to him. Man, that says a whole lot, man. When you look at that. Let's read. Let's go back up here. Let's look at some stuff. So this time when Satan come back, he Yah said, well, look here. Have you considered him? He still hold fast his innocence toward me. He still love me and he broke. He ain't got nothing. All his children gone. He ain't got nothing. And he still love me. Although you moved me to destroy him for no reason. Because you thought that he just loved you for money. Satan said, man, Nicky, that man hold on to his life. Now, granted now, peep this, a lot of us will do that when it come down to our life. When it comes down to us being sick, when it comes down to us, having difficulties, some of us will leave y'all. I met a man one time, he was a Muslim. He told me the Bible didn't work for him. I seen folks actually do leave y'all because certain things happen in their life. And they believe that y'all didn't hear their prayer. They have no patience. The word says that without faith, it is impossible to please Yah. And even though they didn't reach it to know that, they saw it in their own life because why didn't Yah move for them? It'd be one or two reasons. They didn't have enough patience to wait to see if he was gonna move, or they didn't believe he was gonna move. But he tells y'all, skin for skin. All that a man had, all that a man had, he would give for his life. Now, understand this. That's the truth in a lot of ways to a lot of people. As I used to be a corrections officer, and I would hear people say, man, before they rape me, man, they got to kill me. I done heard all kind of folks say that. Before they rape me, man, they got to kill me. And some of them same folks that I heard say they got raped and still alive, living well. Some of them got raped and got turned out and continue to be like that. That want to die thing live at their mind. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us talk big and boldly. I remember one time, um, y'all never see the man act tough as somebody slap him and he get humble real quick in front of people. I done seen that. Even when I was a little boy, I remember one time, man, we was little kids. Um, and my brother Kenneth, man, was into this boy, and Kenneth was scared. And I told Kenneth, I said, man, fight him back. No, I'm trying to bully Kenneth I'm the big brother. You know what I'm saying? Fight him back. And then the other dude's big brother hit me. I got humble, and like I ain't know what's going on. Trying to change the whole subject. You know what I'm saying? I try to change the whole subject. You know what I'm saying? And we started back playing y'all after that, but guess what? I was just talking gangster. Look here, one finna throw rice at a wedding. When the boy was bigger than me, when that big boy hit me, I got little. Because a lot of us talk gangster, talk tough, especially in front of other people to make ourselves look good, to make ourselves shine. And that was the only time that happened in my life. I seen him do it years later too. It was a whole different situation, what I'm saying, as well. Because we grew up, you know what I'm saying. But as a young child, it humbled me quick. But a lot of times when things are not going our way, when we have difficulties, what I'm saying, or even in our health or certain things, some of us will leave y'all, have problems with our money, things ain't going right. You know what I'm saying? In certain areas of our life, we would think that Yah has left us. Many of us will stop living for Yah. I can use my own family for this. You know what I'm saying? And I do understand it was a difficult time. But I got an uncle at one point in time that he was a minister. I used to be his pastor. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Him and his wife both had gotten sick. And she passed away. You know what I'm saying, from brain cancer a couple of years ago. I had to go over to his house, you know what I'm saying, and talk and be there for the funeral home man came. He had bladder cancer, what I'm saying, a little bit before then. And then on top of that, he called me and told me he wasn't gonna have the surgery. You know what I'm saying? I cried because I didn't want him not to have the surgery. Because I wanted him to, to live. And eventually he did have the surgery. Now, I'm not judging him. I love him. You know what I'm saying? We got a good relationship, and I go see him too. He a good dude. But when he was going through those trials and tests, he left y'all. You know what I'm saying? He left. He stopped living for him. It's like he was a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? And we really couldn't judge him and really had to kind of have an understanding about it because he was going through a lot, but he didn't have that strength. You know what I'm saying? To really hang on in there. You know what I'm saying? Even me myself at one point in time, when I had to have a knee surgery one time. Had to have ACL reconstruction and meniscus repair. You know what I'm saying? And each surgery was about an hour and a half long. So I was probably in surgery about 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? For both surgeries. So in that, my blood pressure was real high. I had to stay in the hospital overnight. The very next day, I go home. They put a knee thing a knee brace on my leg, show me how to do my crutches and everything. I go home on crutches. I give them a chair. You know what I'm saying? They had everything set up for me. I take my medicine. And then, so this is the next day. So about 1 o'clock in the morning, because I'm in the chair trying to sleep there, 'cause I can't get in the bed, 'cause what's going on with me. So about 1 o'clock that morning, I get up to have to go to the bathroom. And I get my wife gives me to go to the bathroom. And by the time I got past my kitchen, my whole body just hit the ground. And in my mind, you know how you automatically try to push yourself up to move. I couldn't move my body. Then I'm talking normal to my wife, speech not slurred or nothing. And I asked her to dial 911 because I can't move. I think I done had a stroke. I'm not slurred, face ain't twisted. I'm just paralyzed. And I was paralyzed for 4 months. I was paralyzed. This is real life. This is in 2009. And I paralyzed. And I went through the greatest mode of depression in world history in my life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't pray. I was mad at the Most High. I was crying. Look here, going to the physical therapist. I'm upset. I'm depressed. I'm being mean to my wife. Malachi 6, Isaiah 8. Malachi looked at me one day, just looking at me, shaking his head, like he looking at me. You know what I'm saying? And he's youngest later than he is now. And I'm feeling depressed and feeling ashamed of myself. Then they got to take me to my sons, 6 and 8, help me get to the bathroom. And when I get to the bathroom, I'm peeing on their arms and I'm in their hands. They looking at me trying to avoid the pee. But I can't hold myself. They gotta help me pee. Man, that was depressing. My mama didn't come see me not one time. My daddy didn't come see me not one time. I had a 2-minute phone call with my pastor, and that was it. I did have some men come cut my grass. Then my wife and my oldest daughter cut my grass, and then my sister-in-law, praise God for her. She bought me some lemonade one time and bought me a back scratcher that I had almost about 15, 20 years almost. But I was depressed. I quit praying. So, I ain't no sense of us trying to be all big and deep with it. The adversary wrong on some things he was saying about Job, but on many of us, look at your attitude when you start going through things, how you carry yourself. Sometimes, boy, we start going through trial, we mad at everybody. We mad at the ones who got our back, the ones who in our corner. We upset, get snippy with them. Young children get smart with their parents. Young people, parents get smart with each other. You complain, you ain't praying, you don't want to hear nothing about y'all. A lot of folks like that. You know what I'm saying? But praise Yah that Job still trusted Yah. He was hurt. Don't get me wrong. Oh, he was hurt. And he was depressed. But he wasn't going to curse Yah to his face and die. Even with going through what he's going through, he still wanted to live. It said, so Satan went forth from the presence of Job. Excuse me. So Satan went forth from the presence of Yah. He went forth from the presence of Yah and smacked Job with sore bows. Job had some sore boils on his body, from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head, and he got a potsherd. So a potsherd is like a piece of pottery, a piece of stone, something to scratch himself with. And what he was doing was scraping the bowl. That pot was itching. He probably had pus running up out of him. And they was on his feet, on his tail, on his stomach, probably on his neck, on his head, on his jaw. It's all over his body. And he itching. And it's rough for him. And his mind probably in a shock because I'm trying to tell you something now. To sit here, man, lose everything and to get sick, it ain't no joke. I praise y'all because look here, I know I need him. And I know I want to love him for him. But Job is an example for all of us to look at. Because he loved Yah. And his relationship with Yah was one that he wanted to have with Yah in spite of how he was killing in his body. In spite of what he had in the natural. He just wanted to be in Yah's will. He just wanted to be Yah's friend. He wanted to be a son of Yah. Wanted to live for him. He believed, he had faith, and he believed Yah's Torah. Then said his wife unto him, do you still hold on? Do you still retain your integrity? You still try to act like you live. You still want to be righteous, huh? Can you imagine somebody who said I do to you for better or for worse, through sickness and in health? Yes, I'm trying to say to you, till death do your part. Can you imagine that person telling you, go ahead and die? I don't know if she was trying to do a sympathy killing toward him or what a mind was. You know, I thought about it. I don't think. Give me some put in. I don't think that she was necessarily being funny toward him. I think that she was trying to feel sorry for him. I think she was trying to feel sorry for him. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know what I'm saying? She probably looking at him like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be strong for me. Man, I know what you're going through. I don't want to see you suffer like this. And sometimes the adversary can come, he can come in a lot of ways. He can come to you sometimes and try to make sense in the things he's saying. And he can come to you and try to make sense through people that you love and who say they love you. You know what I'm saying? This woman right here had to be a woman close to him to have 10 children by him. And one of his children, little boys. Every last one of them had their own house. So all his children was grown. All his children was grown. Every last one of them had their own house. And so that indicates that him and his wife had probably been together for a number of years. So this is somebody who he loved and somebody who loved him. And so I don't think she was necessarily trying to be harsh or be mean toward him. She doesn't want to see him suffer like that and came and gave him some bad advice. He probably was in her feelings too. And you know, sometimes being in your feelings, you know what I'm saying? Well, not sometimes, but when you walking and riding in your feelings, you know what I'm saying? In reality, you actually in the flesh. You're in your carnal mindset. You see somebody, you know what I'm trying to say to you, in a situation, and the words you speak to them can make them give up hope. But let me tell you something. No matter how low you see somebody, you know what I'm saying, in their lowest moment, still don't give them no hope. I was talking to my brother yesterday about one of our friends who we've been knowing since childhood. And so a few years ago, 7 years ago, he had blood clots in his leg. He had to have open heart surgery, big Philip. He had to have open heart surgery. And when he had open heart surgery, the doctors gave him, you know what I'm trying to say to you, 2 months to live. It's been 7 years now. He's still alive, losing weight, looking good, and doing way better. Don't never give up hope in the lowest moment. You know, sometimes we got to fight against those thoughts that come into our mind. Because sometimes your mind can take you to a place of darkness that you don't want to be in. That's why it's good to really have a relationship with Yah so you can cry to him. The word of Yah says, cast your cares upon Yah, for he cares for you. He know how you feel. We can have respect to him, talking to him about being sad. We can have respect to him, talking to him about, you know what I'm trying to say to you, how we feeling. I remember, man, when I was paralyzed, I throw my arm up, my arm would go back down like that. I couldn't hold it for 1 second. And I'm going to physical therapy, and they work with my leg. And the thing is, I was looking one time at the doctor, and the doctor had a needle, and that was sticking me in my arm, and I'm looking at him stick me in my arm, and I'm looking at the blood come up out as he stick me, and he sticking me down to the bone, and I can't feel nothing. And he telling me it's gonna be 2 or 3 years probably before you be able to move your arm and stuff again. And that ain't no good news to hear. I gotta get back to work. How am I take care of my family? But I'm gonna tell you something. It wasn't until I started praising Yah and telling Yah forgive people and start praying that I was able to hold my hand up. Blew my mind one day when I held my hand up for 1 second. That was a blessing. Blew my mind when sometimes they get my hand, I open my hand like that, and as soon as I let my hand go, it'll fold back up like that as soon as I let it go. And one time I opened my hand up and I was able to hold it, and I saw it come back slow. And I used all my strength, and it was come back slow until one day I was able to keep it open. I was able to keep it up. I was able to do a push-up one time. I was able to bend my leg to a 45-degree angle. I was able to get up to a 90-degree angle. I was able to get up to touch the back of my butt cheeks. I was able to make my feet on the step stand like that. It came over time, but as my attitude changed, and as I began to pray, that's when I began to move. So you can't be giving up hope at your lowest moments. I know it seemed like, it seemed rough, but trust me, trust Yah. She said, she said to him, "Do you still retain your integrity? Curse Aluah and die." But he said unto her, "Even at his lowest moment, you speak as one of the foolish women speak." I mean, that you speak like you ain't got no wisdom. You speak like you don't know Yah. You speaking like you despising his word. You speak like one of the foolish women speak. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Aluah, and shall we not receive evil? If he gonna bless us, sometimes we're gonna go through life as well. That's what he told them. And he did not sin with his lips. Now that's heavy. Because man, I had folks on the phone calling, checking on me too. And you know how people get when you start going through something. It's still the same way in 2025. They get to holler about, man, nobody gets sick for nothing. Things don't happen for no reason. You ain't see Messi ain't had on no neck no surgery on his neck for nothing. He had to do something. No. Sometimes folks just go through trials. It don't mean they've done nothing wrong. I ain't do nothing wrong. I played flag football and turn the wrong way, trying to run over a kid and pop my knee. He was outside in the snow and fell and hurt himself. We ain't do no sin. Sometimes life just shows up. It don't mean we always done wrong. You got folks accusing you of that, don't you? These men right here, though, look at him. These folks supposed to be his friend. Now here they talking to each other. I don't know how they talking to each other. I'm just gonna use our terms to kind of give us a visual. They on the telephone with one another. Man, y'all, hey, what's going on, Elephant? Man, I'm chilling, be your dad. Man, me too, man. You talked so far? Yeah, man. I talked to him, man. Hey, I'm finna call him on three-way. They talk to each other. Now, when Joe's three friends heard of all this evil that was come upon him, they came everyone from his own place. Eliphaz, the Timnite, Bildad, the Shuhite, and Zophar, the Amathite, for they had made an appointment together to come and mourn with him, to comfort him. So all of them said, you know what? This is our partner. This is our young comrade, our closest folks. Let's go out there and let's be with it, man, in this time of trouble. But guess what? When they got there and they saw him, oh no! Put ashes on their head, sit there and looked at him like this right here for 7 days. They couldn't say nothing to him. Didn't have no conversation. All they wore was judgmental. Let me go ahead and get on over here to 3. Excuse me, y'all, for sniffing like that. Let's go on over here to 3. Hallelujah. After this, now Job, now check something out. Sometimes we do go through, and sometimes it's okay to vent. not to the point of sin. And but listen, friends, when somebody is venting, I think it'd be wise for us to listen instead of accusing them, especially us being friends. Because Job, boy, look here. Job talked so bad about the date of his birth. Man, goodness gracious. He talked so bad about the day he was born. Lord have mercy. And all they did was add on fuel to the fire. Listen to what he said. After this opened Job his mouth. After 7 days, whole week passed. And he cursed his day, the day that he was born, his birthday. So that's heavy, ain't it? And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born. And the night in which it was said, there's a man child conceived. That day shouldn't even came. Let that day be darkened. Let not God regard it from above, neither let the light shine upon it. Let darkness and the shadow of death stain it. Let a cloud dwell upon it. Let the blackness of the day terrify it. As for that night, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined unto the days of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months. Lo, in that night, let that night be solitary. Let no joyful voice come therein. Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up their mourning. Let the stars of the twilight thereof be dark. Let it look for light, but have none. Goodness gracious, neither let it see the dawning of the day. Because it shut not up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hid sorrow from mine eyes. Why died I not from the womb? Man, he should have been a stillborn. Why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why did the knees prevent me? Or why did the breast that I should suck, or that I should suck, I should have started death then? She should have killed me because my head coming out. Or I couldn't have been able to eat. For now, should I have lain still and been quiet, I should have slept. Then had I been at rest. With the kings and the councils of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves, I could have been at rest with them. Or with the princes that had gold, who filled their house with silver. Or as a hen untimely birth, I had been not as infants which never saw the light. Woo! There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There the princes rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and the great are there, and the servant is free from his master. Wherefore is light given to him that is in misery, and life unto the bitter in soul, which long for death, but it cometh not, and dig for it more than he had treasures. Goodness gracious, which rejoice exceedingly and are glad when they can find the grave. Why is light given to a man whose way is hid, and whom God hath hedged in? For my sighing cometh before I eat, and my roarings are poured out like the waters. For the thing which I feared greatly is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me. I was not in safety, neither had I rest, neither was I quiet, yet trouble came. Man, that's bad. He cursed the day that he was born, y'all. Said she should have came out like a stillborn. Said mama should have killed him when she gave birth to him. Said it should have been a bad day and the shadow of death should have stained it. Let blackness, look here, let Gamir, let blackness come up on it, being obscure. Let blackness come up of the day terrified. Let that day be a terrible day. Goodness gracious, y'all. And let darkness, dust, darkness, obscurity should have had taken advantage of that day. It shouldn't even been a number of the months. That's how bad he feeling. And now he said what he said, and he hurt, but maybe he was probably one of his friends to have sympathy for him, to comfort him. He was hurt, y'all. He was hurt. He was discouraged. He was going through something, and he was just venting. He was just spazzing, talking this talk, because it was rough for him. You know what I'm saying? In which when we looking at that, we got to be trying to understand, something that he lost everything. He lost all his money. He lost his children. He's sick. He just struggling. Now he said he said some crazy stuff, but they should have been able to understand what he was saying instead of judging. So I'm gonna try to get to about 5 chapters, y'all. But let's look at Eliphaz first. Because many of us got friends like this. Not only that, many of us are like this. Listen to this. Then Eliphaz the Timnite answered and said, if we are safe to commune with thee, wilt thou be grieved? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands. Thy words have upholding him that was fallen, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees. But now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest. It toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and the uprightness of thy ways? Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent. Or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. By the blast of Aluah they perish. By the blast of Aluah they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. The roar of the lion and the voice of the fear lion and the teeth of the young lions are broken. The old lion perished for lack of prey, and the stout lion's whelps are scattered abroad. Now a thing was secretly brought to me, and mine ear received a little thereof. In thoughts from the visions of the night, when deep sleep fell upon men, fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones shake. Then the spirit passed before my face, the hair of my flesh stood up. It stood still, but I could not discern the form thereof. An image was before my eyes. There was silence, and I heard a voice saying, shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly. How much less in them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, which are crushed before the moth. They are destroyed from morning to evening. They perish forever without any regarding it. Do not their excellency which is in them go away? They die even without wisdom. Continue. Call now if there be any that will answer thee. To which of the saints wilt thou turn? For wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one. I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I curse his habitation. His children are far from safety, and they are crushed in the gate. Neither is there any to deliver them. Whose harvest the hunger eateth up, and taketh it even out of the thorns, and the robbers swallow up their substance. Although affliction cometh not forth of the dust, neither do trouble spring out of the ground. Yet man is born unto trouble as the sparks fly upward. I will seek unto Aluah would I commit my cause, which doeth great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number, who giveth rain upon the earth and sendeth water upon the fields, to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. So the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Behold, happy is the man whom God correcteth. Therefore despise thou not the chastening of the Almighty. For he maketh one sore, and bindeth up, he woundeth, and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For thou shalt be in a league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and thou shalt not sin. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thine offspring as the grass of the earth. Thou shalt come to thy grave in a full age, like as a shock of corn come in the season. Lo, this we have searched it, and so it is. Hear it and know it thou for thy good. Now this man just sat there and judged Job. And he was talking heavy with his mouth too. Flattering lips. Flattering lips. He answered, and he was telling that now look here now. You was one who sit here and used to help everybody out. You give instruction, you know what I'm saying, to the feeble. I gotta say something. That's what he said to him. When Job was talking about curse the day he was born, instead of a man using wisdom trying to understand where he's coming from and be able to see what he's dealing with, he said, man, I gotta say something. I got to. Who can keep themselves from speaking? Man, look at you. You over here, man, when everybody else was going down and struggling, you was over there trying to strengthen their knees, get them to stand up strong. You gave them wisdom. You know what I'm saying? When that was rough, you gave them strength. But now here it is. It's not this your fear, your confidence, your hope, the rest of your ways. Now you can't. It's like you can't even play your own advice. Then he gonna say, "Look here, if you were doing good, when you ever seen the righteous get cut off? When you ever see somebody get tore up that was good?" That's what he said. He said, "Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent." Heavy. Or what was righteous cut off? You had to do something. To be in the situation that you in, you had to do something. You ain't just going through this for no reason. But now look at you now. Look what he told him. The roar of the lion and the voice of the fierce lion and the teeth of the young lions is broken. They just struggling and going through something. Now the old lion over here, you perish because you ain't got nothing to eat for lack of prey. And the start line and your kids gone. So and you sit here telling us that this happened for no reason. Man, you going through something because you did something. As a matter of fact, when we was out here asleep, I had a vision about this. So did a spirit passed me, the hair strip on my flesh. I couldn't discern what it was, but I heard it talking to me. And asked me, shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? I want to ask two questions to that. How you know they weren't talking to him about him? How you know there wasn't no devil? How you know he wasn't just dreaming? See, we had already seen the conversation between Yah and Satan. And Yah had already declared Job to be a just man, to be the one that feared Yah and eschewed evil. So what he said in verse 18 is a lie. Yah had confidence in Job. He knew that Job wasn't going to leave him. So for that man to say he put no trust in his service and his angel he trusts with folly is a lie. That's a lie just for looking at Abraham's life. What he said in Genesis 22, I know you fear Yah. And then what he said? What he said in Numbers 12 about Moses. He's more faithful than all my house. I talked to him face to face. So what Eliphaz is talking about can't be true. You sit up here judging this man for the things he's going through. But you know, that's how many of us are when it comes down to our friends, when it comes down to, you know what I'm saying, folks going through certain things. Nah, you got to be doing something. Man, look here. We know this story all too well. How folks lie on you or leave you alone or say certain things, and people will believe that because you're going through something. But how do you know that Yah didn't testify on you? How do you know that Yah didn't say, you know what? They can go through people talking about them. They can go through folks to turn their back on them. They can handle it. Watch this. And you're going through something, you know you haven't done a thing. But the thing that is so sad and why it hurts so bad is the individuals that call themselves your friends. The folk, if a stranger that we ain't never seen in our life talk crazy to us, our feelings ain't hurt. We probably get smart with them. Tell them, shut up. We don't care nothing about them. And then we leave, we ain't got to see them no more. Because they're strangers. I ain't never met this person before in my life. But now when it's somebody that you know, somebody who you love, a family member, a dear friend, when they say what they say, that hurts you. Because you would expect for them to understand. The adversary play a mean game, Jack. But the thing is, you got to realize one thing, that whatever you go through, just like Job, whatever he go through, Yah sees everything. One thing about it, if you understand Yah's word, and if you look in Yah's word, that Yah's eyes are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. We even saw that today in Psalms 139. Ain't nothing hid from Yah's sight. So everything that Job was going through, because of his relationship, he knew that Yah saw him. And he understood what was going on. And maybe he was venting, but guess what? He was venting because he was going through. His friends should have had a wiser response than what he did than accusing him of sinning against Yah. Because that's what he did. Let's look at chapter 6. We're gonna get ready to end Job's answer. But Job answered and said, look what Job answered to him now. But Job answered and said, oh, that my grief were thoroughly weighed. You just speak, you speaking too fast. Oh, that my grief were thoroughly weighed, and my calamity laid in the balances together. For now it will be heavier than the sand of the sea. Therefore my words are swallowed up. You took what I said, man, and boom. You don't even matter what I say, huh? For the arrows of the Almighty are within me. The poison whereof drinketh up my spirit. The terrors of Aluah do set themselves in array against me. Do the wild ass brave when he have grass? Or love the ox over his fodder? Can that which is unsavory be eaten without salt? You gotta add something to it, can't you? Or is there any taste in the white of an egg? The things that my soul refused to touch are as my sorrowful meat. Oh, that I may have my request, and that Aluah would grant me the thing that I long for. Even that it would please Aluah to destroy me, that he would let loose his hands and cut me off. Then should I yet have comfort. Yea, I will harden myself in sorrow. Let him not spare, for I have not considered the words of the Holy One. What is my strength that I should hope? And what is my end that I should prolong my life? Is my strength the strength of stones, or is my flesh of brass? Is not my help in me, and is wisdom driven quite from me? To him that is afflicted, pity should be showed from his friend. But he forsaketh the fear of the Almighty. My brethren have dealt deceitfully as a brook, and as a stream of brooks they pass away, which are blackish by reason of the ice, and wherein the snow is hid. What time they wax warm, they vanish. When it is hot, they are consumed out of their place. The path of their way are turned aside. They go to nothing and perish. The troops of timber looked. The companies of Sheba waited for them. They were confounded because they had hoped. They came thither and were ashamed. For now you are nothing. You see my casting down and are afraid. Did I say, bring unto me, or give a reward for me of your substance, or deliver me from the enemy's hand, or redeem me from the hand of the mighty? Teach me, and I will hold my tongue, and cause me to understand wherein I have erred. How forcible are right words, but what do of your arguing reprove? Do you imagine to reprove words and the speeches of one that is desperate, which are as wind? You overwhelm the fatherless, and you dig a pit for your friend. Now therefore be content, look upon me, for it is evident unto you if I lie. Return, I pray you, and let it not be iniquity. Yea, return again, my righteousness is in it. And is there iniquity in my tongue? Cannot my taste discern perverse things? Perverse things. He responded back to him like, man, look here. First of all, man, what? And I respond, what, man? You just took everything I said about myself and just threw it away. I ain't did nothing. What kind of hope? What kind of encouragement are you giving me? He said, for the arrows of the Almighty are within me. The poison whereof drinketh up my spirit. The terrors of Aluah do set themselves against me. Do the wild ass bray? Do the wild ass bray? Do he scream? Do he scream when he eat? No. Why? Because he eating. His mouth full. Or lord the ox over his father? Oh, does the ox bellow over his food? No. He said, can that which is unsavory be eaten without salt? No, you gotta add something to it to be able to taste it, to be able to enjoy to eat it. Or is there a white in the egg? The things that my soul refuse to touch are a sorrow for me. I refuse to accept that I've done something wrong or that I'm like that. Yeah, I asked to die, and I hope that y'all would do that for me, because then I'd be confident. Because y'all ain't come for me. Is my strength the strength of stones? Am I that strong? Is my if my flesh branch? I'm only human. It's not my help in me, and wisdom is driven quite from me. Then look here though. To him that is afflicted, pity should be shown from his friend. but he forsake the fear of the Almighty. To me, that's going through some things, man. You should have pity on me. But you don't like you don't even have y'all. Y'all sit here and they got together to come and give me help. That's what I thought. But what he said was, my brethren have dealt deceitfully as a brook, and the stream of brooks they passed away. You look like you was coming to help, but you was deceiving. You really came to judge me. And I ain't talking on here. Y'all came to judge me. But one thing about it is right here, though. He said that I ain't asked you to bring me nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if you scared to stand up for the truth, if you scared to speak whatever, or what's wrong with you. But look here, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If you see me, how I look, and you scared to speak because you don't want to happen to you, you know, I don't know where your mind is. But did I ask you to bring me anything? What Miss Sophia said on Club Purpose? Did I ask you to give me anything? Not even your sorry hand in marriage. Now that was well, Miss Sophia? No, Celia. I asked you for nothing. Y'all y'all made a decision to come by yourselves to come see me. I ain't asked you to bring me nothing. I ain't asked you to give me anything. I ain't asked you to deliver me. I ain't asked you to do nothing. So teach me and show me where my wrong is, and I'll be quiet. Help me to understand then, because I ain't understanding. How forcible, look how you're talking to me. Your words should come at me with peace and gentle. How forcible are right words. But what do your arguing reprove? Goodness gracious. Yeah, you overwhelm the fatherless. A man that don't have no understanding, wasn't taught nothing, you don't even understand it, and you judge them and put them out or something every day they thought, and you dig a pit for your friend. He talking to a man. Y'all talking to me crazy. Is there iniquity in my tongue? Why done said there was wicked and evil? Cannot my taste discern for first things? I'm finna get ready to end in a second, y'all. This is good so far. And this is Job still talking. Is there not an appointed time to man upon the earth? Are not his days also like the days of a hireling? You don't be a hireling for so long. You're gonna be a hireling for so long. Afterwards, you become a shepherd, don't you? You only live for so long. Afterwards, you gotta, get up out of here. As a servant earnestly desireth the shadow, and as an hireling looking for the reward of his work, so am I made to possess months of vanity, and wearisome nights are appointed to me. When I lie down, I say, when shall I arise? And the night be gone. And I am full of tossing to and fro until the dawn of the day. Can't even sleep. My flesh is cloaked with worms and clouds of dust. My skin is broken and become loathsome. My days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and I spit without hope. Oh, remember that my life is wind. Mine eye shall no more see. The eye of him that have seen me shall see me no more. Thine eyes are upon me, and I am not. As the cloud is consumed and vanished away, so he that goeth down to the grave shall come up no more. He shall return no more to his house, neither shall his place know him anymore. Therefore, I will not refrain my mouth. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. I am a sea. Am I a sea or a whale that thou settest watch over me? When I say my bed shall cover me, my couch shall ease my complaint, then thou scares me with dreams and terrifies me through visions. When he say, I hear something, half stood up. Then you going to scare me like that. Woo! So that my soul chooses strangling and death rather than life. I loathed it. I would not live always. Let me alone, for my days are vanity. What is man that thou shouldest magnify him, and that thou shouldest set thine heart upon him, and that thou shouldest visit him every morning and try him every moment? How long wilt thou depart from me, nor let me alone till I swallow down my spittle? I have sinned. What shall I do unto thee, O thou preserver of men? Why hast thou set me as a mark against thee, so that I am a burden to myself? And why do thou not pardon my transgression and take away mine iniquity? For now shall I sleep in the dust, and thou shalt seek me in the morning, but I shall not be. They talking to his friend that did something bad to him. If y'all give me a couple more minutes, we're going to get up out of here. They want to try to get two, just get 10. I ain't been on for a long time. Then Bildad got something to say. Then Bildad, the Shuhite, then answered Bildad, the Shuhite, and said, well, how long will thou speak these things? And how long shall the words of thy mouth be like a strong wind? Doeth God pervert judgment? Or doeth the Almighty pervert justice? If thy children have sinned against him, and he have cast them away for their transgression, if thou wouldest seek God unto God be times and make thy supplication to the Almighty, if thou wert pure and upright, surely now he would await for thee and make the habitation of thy righteousness prosperous. Now, wait a minute now. Now we just read and saw that Job prayed to Yah every day for his children, didn't he? On that day they meet at each other's house, he would give burnt offerings for his children just in case they curse Yah in their heart. That's what he said he did, right?
He praised him, and
And he said that he was an upright man. He feared Yah and eschewed evil. But then he said that but then my man talking about some, how are you gonna talk like this though? You're woofing, ain't you? You talk like a strong wind. You just being judged. Do God pervert judgment? Or do the Almighty pervert justice? If your children have sinned against him, and he have cast them away for their transgression, if thou wouldest seek unto Aluah be time, he was seeking Yah, wasn't he? And make thy supplication to the Almighty, if thou wert pure and upright. Wow! Surely now he would await for thee, and make thy habitation of thy righteousness prosperous. Though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end shall greatly increase. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. For we are but of yesterday, and know nothing, because our days upon the earth are a shadow. Shall not they teach thee and tell thee in other words out of their heart? Can the rush grow up without mire? Can the flag grow without water? Whilst it is yet in its greenness and not cut down, it withers before any other herb. So are the paths of all that forget God. The hypocrite's hope shall perish. He telling Job, man, you forgot Yah. Your kids and sin against Yah. Whose hope shall be cut off, and whose trust shall be expired as well? He shall lean upon his house, but it shall not stand. He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure. He is green before the sun, and his branch shooteth forth in his garden. His roots are wrapped about the heap, and seeth the place of stones. If he destroy him from his place, then it shall deny him, saying, I have not seen thee. Behold, this is the joy of his way, and out of the earth shall others grow. Behold, God will not cast away a perfect man, neither will he help the evildoers, till he fill thy mouth with laughing, and thy lips with rejoicing. They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come and not. Now this man telling Job, man, look at You done sinned against Yah and everything. Your kids are sinning against Yah. His judgment ain't perverted. You doing this because you know Yah was wrong. Now, this man ain't did nothing. From what I've read so far in the scriptures, it said Job was a perfect man. Well, he was upright, one that feared Yah, and he just avoided evil, right? But how is it that his friends is saying this? You know, flattering lips to get you nowhere. Talking like you deep, making like you know what you got going on, being smooth, them ain't nothing but words. Because you can talk deep and sound like you got it going on, don't mean that's the wisdom of Yah. Yah takes the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. You know, one thing about it, like Mashiach said, even in what was that? In Luke, he said, "Judge not, lest you be judged." He was talking to them. He said, "Look, he said, look here now. You got a whole big beam in the side of your head, but yet and still you caught up on your brother with a speck in his eye. Before you want to get over there and remove that speck at your brother's eye, he got an old eye booger, but you got a whole beam inside of your head. First, remove that beam out the side of your head so you can see clearly how to remove the speck. You don't just sit there and judge, and you definitely don't go on the outer appearance. You need to have a little wisdom and discernment. They judging the man for no reason. Asking this Yah's judgment perverted. Because look here, evidently your children was wicked. And then the man said to him, when we get over here, I'm just gonna go to chapter 1 or chapter 2. Chapter 2. Now look over here. Now chapter 1. Look at this. It said there was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was Tom. He was an upright man, perfect upright man, one that feared Yah, Aluah, and eschewed evil. He had children, right? Let's go to verse 4 though. It says, and his sons went and feasted in their house every one his day, probably their birthday. And they sent, can y'all remove that thing up the screen? Who will put it on there? And they sent and called for their three sisters to eat and drink with them. But look at here though, what it says in verse 5. And it was so that when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed Aluah in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. This was something that he did. And then even when he was going through and what he did, it said this right here. Even while Job was going through, it says this. It said that then Job arose, he lost everything, rent his mantle, shaved his head, and shaved his head, fell down upon the ground and worshipped. He worshiped Yah. And said, naked came out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return. And Yahuah gave, and Yahuah taketh away. Blessed be the name of Yahuah. Now, Job is blessing Yah. Job loving Yah. Job giving sacrifice, sanctifying his children, and giving a sacrifice for his children, either they did anything or not. He just want to make sure everything is right between him and Yah. He gave an Olah offering. He tried to continue to keep peace with Yah. And yet and still, they accused him of being wrong and his children. One more chapter, I'm almost done. Then Job answered and said, I know it is so of a truth, but how should man be just with Yah or be just with God? If he would contend with him, he cannot answer him one of 1,000. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength. Who have hardened himself against him and have prospered? Nobody cannot make a team with Yah, which removed the mountains, and they know not, which overturned them in anger, which shake up the earth out of her place, and the pillars thereof tremble, which commandeth the sun, and it riseth not, and sealeth up the stars. which alone spread out the heavens and treadeth upon the waves of the sea, which maketh Ar- Arcturus, Orion, and Pallades, and of the chambers of the south, which doeth great things past finding out, yea, and wonders without number. Lo, he goeth by me, and I see him not. He passeth on also, and I perceive him not. Behold, he taketh away. No, who can hinder him? Who will say to him, why doest thou? If God would not withdraw his anger, the proud helpers do stoop under him. How much less shall I answer him and choose out my words to reason with him? Whom though I were righteous, yet would I not answer, but I will make supplication to my judge. If I had called and he had answered me, yet would I not believe that he had hearkened unto my voice. For he breaketh me with a tempest and multiplieth my wounds without cause. He will not suffer me to take my breath. He filleth me with bitterness. For I speak of strength. Lo, he is strong. And if of judgment, who shall set me a time to plead? If I justify myself, my own mouth shall condemn me. If I say I am perfect, it shall also prove me perverse. Though I were perfect, yet would I not know my soul. I would despise my life. This is one thing thereof. I said it. He destroys the perfect and the wicked. If the scourge slay suddenly, he will laugh at the trial of the innocent. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not where, and who is he? Now my days are swifter than the post. They flee away. They see no good. They are passed away as the swift ships, as the eagle that hasteth to the prey. If I say I'll forget my complaints, I will leave off my heavens and comfort myself. I am afraid of all my sorrows. I know that thou wilt not hold me innocent. If I be wicked, why then labor I in vain? If I wash myself with snow water, and make my hands never so clean, yet shalt thou plunge me in the ditch, and my own clothes shall abhor me. For he is not a man as I am, that I should answer him, and we should come together in judgment. Neither is there any daysman betwixt us that might lay his hand upon us both. Let him take his rod away from me, and let not his fear terrify me. Then will I speak and not fear him. But it is not so with me. And he really saying, if I look like that, I'll be dead. I can't contend with y'all. I'm a man. Y'all judge me saying I'm wrong, saying I ain't right, saying things about me. Man, come on now. Stop. Can it be what he mean and what he's saying? One more chapter, y'all. We done. 10th chapter. I want to get the 10 chapters, y'all. I got there. Praise y'all. My soul is weary of my life. I will leave my complaint upon myself. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. I will say unto Aluah, do not condemn me. Show me wherefore thou contendest with me. Is it good unto thee that thou shouldest oppress, that thou shouldest despise the work of thy hands? Excuse me. And shine upon the counsel of the wicked? Hast thou eyes of flesh, or seest thou as a man seeth? Are thy days as the days of man? Are thy years as a man's days? That thou inquirest after mine iniquity, and searchest after my sin? Thou knowest that I am not wicked, and there is none that can deliver out of thine hand. Thine hands have made me and fastened me together round about, yet thou doest destroy me. Remember, I beseech thee, that thou hast made me as the clay, and wilt thou bring me into the dust again? Hast thou not poured me out as milk and curdled me like cheese? Thou hast clothed me with skin and flesh, and hast fenced me with bones and sinews. Thou hast granted me life and favor, and thy visitation hath preserved my spirit. And these things thou hast hid in thine heart. I know that this is with thee. If I sin, then thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from mine iniquity. If I be wicked, woe unto me. If I be righteous, if I be righteous, yet will I not lift up my head. I am full of confusion. Therefore, see thou mine affliction. If it increaseth, thou huntest me as a fierce lion, and again thou showest thyself marvelous upon me. Thou renewest thy witness against me, and increasest thine indignation upon me. Changes in war are against me. Wherefore then hast thou brought me out of the womb? Oh, that I had given up the ghost, and no eye have seen me. I should have been as though I had not been. I should have been carried from the womb to the grave. Are not my days few? Cease then and let me alone, that I may take comfort a little. Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness, a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness. Now, Job said, my soul is weary of my life. I will leave my complaint upon myself. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. I will say unto the Lord, do not condemn me. Show me therefore if thou contendest with me. Now the whole time, just a little summary on this, and we're gonna end. They just accusing him of sinning. He's not trying to say that he don't sin. He's not trying to say that he don't do wrong. He even said in this chapter, I don't say I'm perfect, but I know that I ain't did nothing for this, is what he's saying. His friend saying, yes, you did. You in this right here because of stuff you've done. You lost your money and things like that because of the things you've done. Your children are dead because they cursed Yah. It is your fault. And Job trying to say, it ain't my fault. Now, all he did was open his mouth and complain because of the pain he's going through. And he's trying to say, you know what? I don't understand what I did or what's going on. I asked y'all, well, why are you contending with me? Because I mean, what did I do? What's going on? And they said, man, you know you done sinned against the Most High. You know you wrong. All this stuff you tell nobody else, you can't even take it. You stretching the folk to hear you is you weak. You can't take nothing. You're going through something, and it's your fault, and you won't even admit that. And he said, I ain't did nothing to nobody. I'm trying to live right. I don't understand what I'm going through. If I had my opportunity, I would talk to y'all. I ask him, what's going on? Why don't you just let me die? My day, man, look here, my day is here. You could have cursed that day. You done pulled me out. You done poured me out as milk and curdled meat like cheese. You done clothed me with skin and flesh and has fenced me with the bones and sinews. Thou hast granted me life and favor, and visitation has preserved my life. And these things since thou hid in thy heart, I know that is with thee. If I sin, then markest me, and thou not acquit me for my iniquity. And look here now, he's standing strong on what he's saying. He's standing strong on the I haven't done anything. Family, before we end, listen here. Just so far, what we've learned and what we've read to teach us a lesson. And one of the biggest lessons that we should look at is just by looking at his friends to realize don't be so judgmental. Be understanding. We didn't they didn't came for Job. Look over here now. It says it says clearly, and they didn't even do what they came for. He said when Job's three friends heard of all this evil that was come upon him, they came everyone from his own place, Eliphaz the Timnite, Bildad the Shuhite, so forth, and the Amathite, for they had made an appointment together to come to mourn with him and to comfort him. They ain't did what they came for yet. But as soon as they got there and saw what was going on in his life, saw how he was looking, the first thing they did when they saw him and couldn't even recognize him, they started crying. Oh Lord! And went out and then tore their clothes up and put dust all on their heads, toward heaven, and sat down on the ground, y'all, and just looked at him. For 7 days and 7 nights, and did not speak one word. And they saw that his grief was great. They saw what he was going through, how it was. They saw the pain in his eye. And when Job began to curse that he was born, he was just venting for the mere fact of the things he was going through. And the first thing Eliphaz said, man, you need to quit tripping. I can't even be quiet at this. I can't even believe you talking like that. How dare you? You know you done did what's wrong. Look at you. The Most High ain't finna judge nobody for nothing. I had a dream last night, and the man asked me who greater than y'all. He don't trust you. Man, you crazy. And then you be the one over there talking about some, you gonna be all right, hold on, don't give up. But when it come down to you, you can't make it. It must not be no fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh, Job? And Job said, huh? No, man, ain't what? Man, what you talking about, man? I'm struggling this rough out here. I ain't did nothing. I ain't even asked you to come see me. Didn't ask you to bring me nothing. You showed up by yourself, and instead of trying to see if I'm all right, to look out for me, first thing you're going to do is judge me. And the minute I said, man, look here, I can't be quiet neither. You know y'all was wrong, living over here in sin and unrighteous. The kids is crazy, doing all kind of stuff. And here you act like y'all ain't did nothing. That should be a lesson for all of us to learn, not to judge from the outer appearance. You don't know nothing. The best thing for you to do is pray for people and have discernment. And the words you speak should be the words of Yah, not your own. Almighty, we thank you for your compassion, Yah. Thank you for your mercy and your loving kindness toward us. Thank you for allowing us to be able to start in the book of Job. We pray, Yah, that you give us wisdom as we go through and read this book and try to gain an understanding. We pray, Almighty, that you will help us to be able to understand what's being said, to learn how to apply it in our everyday life, to learn how to have compassion on others instead of judging them for the things they go through. Almighty, we know that we need you. We know that we cannot make it without you. We know, Almighty, that you are our strength and our salvation. And we love you and thank you for being our strength and our salvation. I ask you, Almighty, to touch everyone on this YouTube live, on the Zoom, and everybody here, y'all. I ask you to touch them and strengthen them and help them in their lives, y'all. Give them wisdom, give them understanding, give them provision for those who are not feeling well in their body, for those who are sick. Almighty, we pray and ask of you to heal them, to heal their bodies, to raise them up, to y'all defy the doctor's orders. You are Yahuah Rafika. You are Yahuah the healer for us. We know that you can. Those who are going through financially and struggling, help them to maintain, y'all, to have faith in you, to trust in you, and be patient, y'all. But I pray that you bring them out and deliver them out of all their affliction. We need you and we cannot make it without you. Y'all, we love you and we thank you for being our Father. You are good to us. And y'all, we just magnify you for that. We praise you. And thank you for allowing us to enjoy this whole Shabbat day, y'all. We just magnify you for that, y'all, as well. In Yahushua HaMashiach's name we pray. Hallelujah. Praise you.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.